Wow.
I wonder if you guys freaking know.
This is take 2. We was halfway done. However, we're back. We've been around the world in 80 days. And we got mics.
What is going?
I'm gonna cut that out. We got mics.
We do got mics. And this is my first time using them. Check 1, 2. Okay, I hear me good.
So a lot has happened since we've done a video, and
Yeah, I know we've been missing. We've been gone for a while, but
it's Rashad's fault.
that's okay. Life's been life. So,
The last time y'all heard from us, I think it was a recap of my birthday. A lot has happened since then. That was in November, December. It's about to be March.
dun dun dun.
So this video, we're talking about how we spent Valentine's Day this year.
A little different.
So just to brief y'all on, well, before we do that,
Cheers.
You cheers. You said cheers. How you gonna cheers?
Cheers me, man.
Cheers.
It's weird, right?
No, I'm laughing at you because you
It's
cheers.
weird because we did this 14 times already.
He's lying. Cheers to being more consistent on YouTube.
Yeah, no facts.
Cheers.
So good.
This take is better. So, we're going to talk about our trip to Vegas and how crazy that was. So, first thing we're going to talk about is the travel.
We ain't had no straight flight. Let's get straight to the point. We ain't had no straight flight. It was connecting and we flew Frontier. Spirit cousin.
We ended up getting to Vegas because one of my homegirls wanted us to go to Vegas with a group of friends. And everybody ended up backing out at the last minute. No shade.
No shade at all.
Everybody ended up backing out at the last minute when we had already booked our flights. And so we decided to still go. We went from February 13th through the 16th. And yeah. And so we flew Frontier. We didn't have a straight flight. We flew from Fort Lauderdale to Chicago Midway
Chicago.
3-hour flight. Our flight left here
3 hours
at 6:45 in the morning, so we had to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
4 a.m.
And we got to Chicago about 10 o'clock.
10 a.m.
That was about a 3-hour flight.
3 hours.
2 hours in the airport, 2-hour layover. We left Chicago at 12 something. Then we got to Vegas. We got to Vegas at 3:30 in the afternoon. Their time, y'all, which is 6 p.m. here. We spent 12 hours flying and traveling just to get somewhere.
It was very, very tiresome. I think what killed us was the time change. From Chicago, the layover, then getting to all the way across on the West Coast to Vegas. Yeah, that jump was real. That jet lag was something serious. And then we got off the plane, and just to get off the plane and just go walk around.
We was tired, y'all. That was a lot. Anyway, we flew Frontier. Shout out to Southwest because I'll never betray y'all again.
Shout out to Frontier for getting us there safely though.
Sure. They seats was uncomfortable. You had to sleep like this. With your tray table down. You
right.
You sleep like that on the tray table. But we finally got to Vegas, and as soon as we got there, we started Vegasing.
Nah, facts.
We started Vegasing.
And it was fun. We was on the move.
As soon as we got off, we ended up having an Uber to the Strip. We ended up staying at the Flamingo Hotel, which I learned was the first hotel to be built on the Strip. Yeah, right? It gave me Scarface vibes.
Yeah, definitely when we walked into the hotel room, there was a mound of cocaine on the counter.
Rashad, I hope they don't flag this video because you playing.
Okay. Right. All right. Sorry. I'm just joking.
Anyway, dang, we did our due diligence and researched the freaking hotel before we went. And we seen a lot of people on TikTok talking about the Flamingo Hotel had bed bugs and saying that the windows was dirty so you can't see the strip and you know it was outdated. But we didn't have bed bugs. I didn't think it was too outdated. And if it was outdated, it was because it gives you like old school feels. Like it was the first freaking hotel. Vintage. It's the first freaking hotel on the strip. Like, what you expect? I liked it. I enjoyed it too.
It was pretty cool.
I would have gave it probably an 8 out of 10, me personally.
Oof. 8 out of 10. That's like, yeah.
I would give it an 8 out of 10.
That was comfortable. We had a king size bed.
You could see the strip. Like we had a strip view.
Beautiful.
It was a beautiful view. Like we could see the fountain.
The Bellagio Hotel.
We saw everything. So
it was. The fountain, Caesar's Palace. We was right across the street from Hell's Kitchen, Gordon Ramsay. We didn't go because you had to make a reservation 6 months in advance.
Hell no, I don't want to put my other book.
Too bad that wasn't funny. Anyways, yes, we were in a good
we was in a good area, but that jet lag.
Queasha went to bed at 8 o'clock.
Why did you do this to me?
Queasha went to bed at 8 o'clock.
You did this in the last video.
Queasha went to bed at 8 o'clock.
I surely did.
And that's when the camera zooms in.
I surely did. I was tired in the mug. What y'all talking about? I was big tired. Because that jet lag, we literally traveled for 12.
Open. I'm talking about pillows. Hey, shit. I'm holding this like a.
I was asleep at 8 o'clock. I was tired, y'all. And Rashad wasn't too far behind me. I don't even know why he playing like that.
Nah, I was struggling. I ain't gonna lie.
Child, I was tired. That first night, Vegas won.
Yeah.
I was
Vegas
sleepy.
Definitely.
But it was 8 o'clock here, 11 o'clock.
No,
8 o'clock there, 11 o'clock
yeah.
here. We usually in a bed, sleep by 11 o'clock or on the way.
Right.
So I was dog tired.
Thanks.
So let's switch gears and talk about what we did in Vegas. So, entertainment.
We gambled. Not facts.
Rashad pimped me out. Not like that.
Of course they did. We're in Vegas. I'm kidding.
We did more walking and sightseeing than anything.
Yeah, so we on the strip right now in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Birds Barn?
Sean, you having a good time?
I said yes already.
How was the travel though? The travel sucked.
Well, you go from one time zone to 2 other time zones. Yeah,
that junk was real, boy. Look, we on a dumb busy street. This is fine.
We took advantage of that.
We definitely gambled. We played a lot of blackjack because I'm the blackjack person.
Yes, sir.
It's casino number like 3 that we've been in probably the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, she was counting numbers, counting cards.
He lied.
We got kicked out of the casino.
No, we didn't. He lied.
We got kicked out of the casino because she want to watch Hangover before we go gamble and watch what's his name?
You don't even know the people.
Because we're the 3 best friends that anyone could have. We're the 3 best friends that anyone could have.
No, we played blackjack and we low-key came up. We came up like $400 in Vegas.
Yeah, no cap, we did.
Playing with me playing blackjack.
Just blackjack. Just blackjack.
I wasn't trying to do too much.
Just blackly.
I can't. I get real bad anxiety.
Oh my goodness.
And it just be a no for me.
To the point where she
hyperventilating.
Nah, facts.
I can't do it. I have an issue with like losing money that I know could have been spent elsewhere. So it's like, no, you having too much fun with this mic. You need to quit if I take it.
Okay.
So we did a lot of gambling. In terms of sightseeing, you want to tell them who you ran into and started fangirling and slobbing at the mouth? He had hearts over his eyes.
Bro, come on, man. Chill out, bruh. Nah, I wasn't even like that, but...
Yes, it was. We literally we leaving Cheesecake Factory at Caesar's Palace, right? And this fool
You
right
wouldn't
here,
believe who we ran into. Take a wild guess. Out of all the people in the world, who we ran into?
Biggie Smalls. That'd be something crazy, wouldn't it? That'd be crazy.
Anyway.
Bruh. I just literally met Keith Lee in Vegas. We met Keith Lee.
He was minding his business.
Right? Like, oh yeah, by the way. But yeah, bruh. Big ups, man.
We ran into Keith
Lee. Bruh. So like how she said, we was eating the cheesecake. We finished eating or whatever. We just walking around, trying to low-key walk off and burn some calories of all the food we done ate. Low as the key.
That was the only thing we ate that day.
But yeah, we walking, and then for some reason it's funny because I was joking about it earlier.
He was.
I was like, it'd be funny. We in Vegas and I run into somebody like Keith Lee or somebody like that, and I spoke it right into existence.
He did. With the heart eyes over his eyes.
So, anyways, he was by himself chilling, but somebody else had like identified him and low key was like trying to take a picture. When it was a security of the mall and it was a female, and he was just olo dolo by himself. And then I'm like, baby, I'm saying though, that look like Keith Lee. I was kind of nonchalant at first. I'm like, that look like Keith Lee. And then here she go. Oh, really? I don't know. Like, and I'm like, nah, that's Keith Lee. You know how I knew it was Keith Lee? Because he had his little, I don't know if y'all a real Keith Lee fan, but he be wearing his little satchel, like his little...
For those of y'all that don't know who Keith Lee is, tell them who Keith Lee is.
Oh, he's a food critique or food critic.
On TikTok.
Yeah, he was a former MMA wrestler / fighter.
Really? I'm not a Keith Lee fan.
See, I'm trying to
Shout out to you though, Keith Lee. Sponsor this video.
That's what I'm saying. She's talking about, oh yeah, you fan girl. No. Nah, my G, I'm a real fan of my boy.
Fangirl.
You know what I'm saying? And he got people down here because he said his brother from Miami.
When he told you that?
He told me that there. I was like, yeah, we from Miami. He was like, yeah, my brother from Miami. He did a review on the licking. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, she distracted me. So I'm like, damn, baby, that's Keith Lee. So we walking over there, and I'm like, nah, let's go walk over close. Not trying to be a creep or anything. I did see your last post. You were talking about people like this. I ain't wanna. So I'm like, before you got too far, I'm like, hey, yo, Keith. And then you had turned around, or he had turned around, rather.
Ooh, y'all.
And he had turned around. I'm done.
We gotta cut this part out and send it to Keith Lee because he started talking to Keith Lee, y'all. He started talking to the man. Lord have mercy. We're gonna cut this part out and we're gonna send it to him. Okay?
Bro, why you even gotta do me like that?
You did that. I didn't do nothing.
I'm not doing. You ODing. Like, just chill.
I didn't do anything. That's all.
You over there like a blowfish.
So we ran into Keith Lee in Vegas.
Anyways, long story short, I called Keith. He answered me. When that stuck up, cool, down to earth, humble guy. And I was like, yeah, I can take a picture with you. He's like, yeah, for sure. Clap me up, da-da-da-da. But guess what? My behind ain't even asked him, like, yo, so what's good places that we can eat? Or like, I'm too tired. I'm so focused on trying to...
Okay. We also ended up, like he mentioned earlier, seeing Hell's Kitchen It was not too far from our hotel.
It was pretty cool.
We ended up seeing the MGM.
Yeah, we did see the MGM. That was cool.
My favorite thing that we probably saw that really isn't a big deal to most, like it was a big deal to me though, is so on Valentine's Day we actually went to a brunch spot. We'll talk about in a minute. But while we walked to the brunch spot, and literally somebody stopped us while we was walking.
Some random
lady in a car driving was like, "It ain't this the street that Tupac got shot on?"
No. She said, "Where is the street?"
And I barely heard. See, I didn't really hear her.
Cars driving by. She stopped.
She stopped in the middle of the road and was asking us, and we on the strip, ma'am. We're clearly tourists.
What?
So.
I'm like, I don't know.
And I barely heard her. So then he told me that what she said, and I started Googling it. First of all, I am a huge Tupac fan for people that don't know. I love Tupac. Tupac is my daddy in my head. But nevertheless, I Googled it, and we were literally at the intersection where Tupac did get shot and killed at. So that was pretty cool. And then we ended up proceeding to walk to the brunch spot. So we saw the spot or the intersection where Tupac got shot. And
it was Boston, right? No.
I don't know. We gonna insert the picture or the video.
Boston's in California.
But I even pointed out to Rashad, like, here is the intersection. He had to have been going this way because that night he was on his way to the MGM to a hotel for a fight, and the fight was going this way, or the hotel is this way, so he had to have been
In other words,
stoplight.
she was reenacting the whole Tupac.
I wasn't reenacting it because I wasn't acting like I was getting shot.
Well, she was a crime scene investigator on the Tupac.
I was,
murder.
and that was really cool for me to be able to witness. We saw the Miracle Mile shops. We know why it's called the Miracle Mile shops.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of walking.
Miles and miles of shops.
It's a lot of walking.
Some shops though, like some design. I thought Aventura was kind of lit. You know what I'm saying? With their designer, but now them boys got designer. Them boys got.
They had a cereal store.
Oh yeah, we're gonna show y'all that too.
They had a cereal store in there. That was crazy.
Yeah, for sure. It was weird. Like literally, you go up and you like
order a bowl of cereal.
Like
who orders a bowl of cereal?
Crazy. It was crazy.
Another cool spot that we went to that I really liked was we ended up going to Harris. We was just walking around one night, and we ended up running into the piano bar. And that was super cool because it was two people playing pianos. They were doing a duet.
Yeah.
And that was really, really cool to see.
I got one more, and then you can go with yours. It's getting hot in here. It's getting hot in here. So take off. With a little bit, and a little bit. With a little bit, and a little bit, yeah. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. I'm getting so hot, I'm gonna take my clothes off.
Like,
Yeah,
that was nice.
Yeah,
that was fun.
pretty cool. That was like some raw footage of like that Las Vegas like nightlife and vibe. It was cool. That was my first time even being in something like that. That was different.
Yeah, that was a vibe.
The weather was crazy. We wasn't expecting the weather to be like that.
First of all, I'm mad about the weather.
Crazy, like cold.
Because Vegas is known for their pool parties, bruh. And I was really, really, really looking forward to going to a couple of pool parties when we went out there.
I would have said, yeah, nah, not today.
It started snowing on Valentine's Day. Like, snowing.
Snow. Like snow. It was crazy.
Even the people were like, oh, y'all came at a good time of the year because they only do this once or twice a year. And I'm from the Midwest. I left the Midwest to get away from that type of weather. That's why I moved to sunny South Florida.
You know, I was lit. I'm a Florida guy.
And he want to go outside. He want to stand in it. He's so bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. I'm like, get your tail back in the hotel.
You don't get sick. You don't. I'm lit.
Y'all, it started snowing out here in Vegas. I left the Midwest to get away from the snow. It really started snowing out here. Then you got this one that's like a kid in a candy store. Ooh. The snow hit you in the face? Wow. That's crazy.
It's definitely gonna stick.
Well, come back over here before you get sick.
We lit right now.
So the weather was crazy, but
we lit right now, kid.
on top of the snow, the wind was even more crazier.
Yeah, 65 miles an hour.
So we went to brunch, and the food was amazing, right? The food was really good. However, we ended up having to leave because the power went out in a place because the wind was so bad.
And it started snowing.
And it started snowing. And I think it was like 40-something degrees there. We ended up having to buy like hoodies because it was just
Extra layers.
it was cold, and we weren't expecting it to be that cold.
Check out the merch.
Betcha, you already know Vegas. Vegas,
Yeah,
and we outside walking around. Right.
with Crocs on. So let's switch gears, and now we're gonna switch into talking about food. Y'all, the best spot if y'all wanna go somewhere on my Keithley vibes. Y'all wanna go somewhere and get y'all some good food in the morning time while y'all on the Vegas Strip or in Vegas. It's walking distance if it's good weather, because we walked there, the front yard. We found it on TikTok, number one. Oh my God.
That's the no cap. All the reviews, all the TikToks that we watched was talking highly about this place. Like food on point, bottomless mimosas, like just everything you can ask for. And we tried it out, and of course it was everything you can ask for.
The food was amazing.
Food was so good.
I ended up getting like the brisket and something with like macaroni and cheese, and it was brisket in the macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, I had got the like steak and eggs, I think.
Yeah.
And a home fried potato. It was good.
It was all so good.
Well seasoned steak, fluffy eggs, potatoes. We had.
And I'm not a brisket eater, but that brisket was fire. Okay, it was fire. Oh my God.
But the atmosphere is kind of like on a patio, like enclosed patio deck type of thing, like a dome. But then they got windows and stuff still open, so you feel the cold coming in. They accommodated us by cutting on the heater, and they had the heater on, but the winds are so high and so rough, you feel the wind coming in through the cracks and crevices through the windows and whatnot. So it was really cold.
It was cold.
It was cold.
It was cold. The wind was so high that the power ended up going out to the point where we sitting there cold, shivering, trying to drink these bottomless mimosas and eat this good food. The power never came back on. It was the DJ was about to set up and get going, but the wind was so bad the power went out. They eventually just gave us the whole meal for free. So we ended up getting our whole meal for free because the power ended up going out in the restaurant that we was at. A bottomless mimosa brunch. The food was good, the drinks were better, but we ended up getting it for free.
And I'm in a hotel with a Pusheisty mask.
Because they couldn't even get the power back on. Talk about hospitality.
Right? You talking about being at the right place at the right time.
The other place we went to, Pizza Cake.
Oh, Pizza Cake.
I think that was probably one of his favorite spots that we went to.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of like a pizza fan, and that pizza place was good. They sell it by the pie and the slice, but the pie was like $50, and it was like 6 huge slices, and it was late at night. So how clever is the name, Pizza Cake? Right? Like when I was reading, I was like, yo, my freaking brain just did like an explosion. I was like, dang, that's clever.
And the other spot we went to the next morning was Flights.
Another brunch spot.
And we found this on TikTok too.
And it was in a Million
Mile Shop.
Shops. I was gonna say Million Mile March. March.
The Miracle Mile Shops. You okay? You good?
I'm so salty at this place.
Wait, before you do that, don't do that to them.
No. Their food was...
7 out of 10.
So after bouncing from front yard to this place ain't have nothing on front yard.
Front yard was a 10
and
out of 10.
And no shade to Flights, but that's how good front yard was.
Front yard was a 11 out of 10.
Nah, facts. For
Front yard was really good.
No,
so
no,
to go
exactly.
from front yard to Flights, it was like, okay.
It was still good, though.
It was good.
But what I'm salty about is, and it's my fault, I'm not mad at nobody but myself, but so the name of the restaurant is Flights, and they serve flights of everything. Like, they have flights of food?
I feel like they did.
I feel like they did too, but they have flights of drinks. Of course, with us being like at a brunch spot, we was like, okay, let's do the flights of mimosas. Me not knowing they do flights of alcoholic beverages as well.
But pause, you're talking about the flights. The theme of the whole restaurant was aviation, so that hence the name Flights. But you didn't like the mimosas.
Yeah, only because like I'm getting full rather than getting lit. You know what I'm saying? Like if I would have took advantage of the alcohol flight, I would have probably been a little like saucy a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Rather than full. But like I said, it was my fault. Agree or disagree?
So for me, the goal for me wasn't to get sauced for me. And the flights were pretty good because they had they gave you 3 different flights, number 1, 3 different drinks. And I think the flavors
it was like
were,
$15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for 3 different drinks. And so they gave you strawberry, regular, and I think watermelon. Pineapple or watermelon, one of those. So I thought it was a good deal. That was his qualm with flights. My qualm with flights was, man, they had a robot serving people.
Oh my god. I don't know if that's the new wave or whatever. I feel like it's gonna come over here soon.
That's crazy. I think that's a thing in Vegas, maybe.
Or on the West Coast rather. It's a little robot, like literally walking around and like showing you to your seat and speaking to you and all this other stuff.
That was crazy. And so then the other spot we went to later on that day was Pampas, and I think that was like a Brazilian steakhouse almost. Where they cut the meat in front of you. We have a couple of those down here in Miami, but we ended up going there for lunch that day.
Brazil.
Yeah, it reminds you of Texas.
Brazil. I could hold this thing like a concert.
I would give Pampas maybe
no cap.
6 out of 10.
Yeah, because
the food wasn't as flavorful as our palates would like, but it was decent.
Agreed. I feel like we got full. So
those are all the places we really ate at. We stopped at a couple spots to get drinks. We eventually just went to the liquor store and got our own drinks because Queasha's smarter than that.
No, facts. Instead of just buying all the drinks on the street. I mean, we bought a couple like souvenir cups.
And just went to the liquor store and refilled those.
Yeah. And it was good. And them things, we had the tall little, so that was lasting us low key like
the whole trip.
Yeah.
We kept them the whole trip and just like threw them away at the end of the trip. So, pro tip for anybody going to Vegas and y'all want to conserve money on buying drinks, buy the souvenir cup one time, go to the liquor store.
And grab you a bottle, BYOB.
And get you a chaser if you went to that life.
Facts.
So that was our Vegas trip. We hope that
yeah.
y'all enjoyed this little recap. Our next trip, we'll see where we end up going. And
I know where we're going, but y'all gonna have to be little surprised.
Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, funsize_que, funsize_QUE, and you can follow Rashad at.
Ghost_ or something like that. It's gonna be right underneath it's gonna be right here. Right there. Okay. So just read that and just follow your boy. Cause hey, when that age comes up, 31 years old, you know what I'm saying?
Connect with us on social media. Until next time, y'all. Peace.
Peace.